Hello, everyone. Every empire has its secrets, and every family has its wars. Welcome to the Bloodline Empire. Subscribe now, and together we'll follow the saga unflawed. Chapter 1. The Return. In the city of Erodia, a private jet landed at Northampton Airport, causing all international flights to be delayed for nearly 8 hours. On the private lane, 5 men stood in a straight line, dressed in formal suits and polished shoes, sharp as spears. Every so often, they lifted their heads to glance at their watches, waiting for a great figure to arrive in the city. The upper class of Northampton had heard of his arrival, but not a single person was allowed within an inch of the private road. Even the wealthiest man in the city was thrown out when he tried to greet him. Suddenly, movement stirred along the corridor. People shouted, "It's the god of war!" Every eye filled with awe and reverence at the sight of Erodia's living legend. He was the only man in the nation's history to bear the title 5-star God of War. In a single battle, he had crushed the mightiest generals from 18 countries. A man of sheer might, terrifying presence, and unmatched strength. He founded the Knights Division and other elite combat units that no one could rival. Ethan Cole. His heart burned as his feet touched the soil of his homeland once again. Once he had been an orphan, abandoned on the streets of Northampton, until the Cole family took him in. Yet even after his adoption, they never loved him. His foster parents treated him with cruelty, shouting and beating him as if he were a stranger among them. Strangers were kinder to him than his own family. Still, Ethan did not bow. He always held his head high, carrying his dignity from childhood, fighting to bring honor to a family that never truly claimed him. With time, he founded Ethan Group, the largest business empire in the city. He became a billionaire, lifting the Cole family from the gutter to the heights of power. But them? They never appreciated him. On the contrary, they despised him, envied him, and saw him as a stumbling block in their way. To them, no matter what he achieved, he would always remain an outsider. On his wedding night, they betrayed him. They got him drunk and threw him into his brother's bride chamber, making it appear as if he had committed adultery. His brother and family stormed in, beating him like a dog before throwing him into the streets. The next day, they accused him of vile crimes. He was sentenced to 6 years in prison. Ethan never forgot their cold faces, the mocking laughter of friends and colleagues, nor the tear of disappointment that slid down his wife Sophia's cheek. It was as if 1,000 knives had pierced his heart. His hatred for the Cole family burned like fire within him. But who could have predicted? Ethan was secretly taken from prison into the military. Within a few short years, he became commander of the entire battlefield, the sole bearer of the 5-star God of War title. Now that he had returned, the Cole family had reason to tremble. Ethan asked, "How are things, Logan Hayes?" Logan, commander of the 5 great war divisions, replied fervently, "My lord, I fear to tell you this, but your wife, Lady Sophia Reed, is set to marry tonight at 10 o'clock." Since the night her husband was imprisoned on their wedding day, Sophia had lived like a widow. Only God knows how much suffering she had endured. And today the one person Ethan most longed to see was Sophia. After a pause, Logan continued, "My lord, the Cole family is hosting a banquet tonight at the Beacon of Hospitality Hotel in Northampton. They've invited many prominent families. I neither accepted nor declined the invitation." Ethan asked, "What time?" 8 o'clock, my lord." "Good. Tell them I will attend the banquet." Since the wedding and the banquet did not overlap, Ethan gladly accepted. The banquet was held at the Beacon of Hospitality Hotel in Northampton. With the help of Ethan Group, the Cole family had risen to wealth and power in no time. The grand hall was bursting with noise and excitement, glasses clinking without pause. Daniel, head of the family, proclaimed, "Blessed be the Cole family. Our sons are stars among men. Our company is now listed, a rising star in Northampton." His 3 sons and daughter greeted the guests with broad smiles. The younger generation of the family brimmed with arrogance, convinced they had become one of the wealthiest and most powerful households. Most guests were from the city's elite, whispering among themselves. "Cole, did you hear what happened today?
Your banquet is nothing compared to that event. Yes, I heard an important figure has arrived in Northampton. Even the richest man in the city tried to see him and was thrown out. Seems he's not worthy to sit with him." "Indeed." Daniel nodded. He said, "I know. I even sent someone to invite this important figure to our banquet." A guest scoffed. "Impossible. Why would he come to such a party?" In truth, Daniel was merely testing his luck. Suddenly, his second son Nathan rushed in and exclaimed, "Father, the important figure accepted the invitation. He's on his way." Daniel shouted, "Jesus Almighty!" Their joy was indescribable. They felt this was their chance to ascend to the very top. The grandchildren gathered, whispering excitedly. Connor, Ethan's brother, and his wife Victoria smirked. "It all started the day Ethan was imprisoned. He's the reason the Cole family stands here today." Someone suddenly asked, "By the way, did you hear Ethan was released from prison today?" Another replied, "Really? What rotten luck. Why must he come back today of all days? He should stay gone. He's a stain on the Cole family." Victoria bit her lip mockingly. "On the contrary, Ethan is the pride of this family today." Connor snapped. "He should thank this family for raising him, an orphan. His so-called billion-dollar company is nothing. In truth, Ethan is nothing more than a dog the Cole family raised." One man sneered, "I've had my eye on his wife for a long time. She's still a widow, and I'll take her." The room erupted in cruel laughter. Daniel roared, "Silence! I have an important announcement. The distinguished guest has arrived." The crowd applauded thunderously. Yet as they clapped, a lone figure joined in, clapping loudly as he advanced. Down the red carpet strode a man, his every step radiating boldness and majesty. The crowd froze, stunned. Connor and Victoria gasped, "It's Ethan!" All eyes turned towards him. His foster father muttered in shock, "We forgot. He was released today." Ignoring their stares, Ethan advanced, step by step, until he stood before Daniel. "The little bird told me the company is listed. Happy are you, Daniel?" He smiled, a smile laden with meaning. Daniel's face burned with rage. "How dare you come here? Who invited you? Don't you know you've just been released from prison? You bring nothing but misfortune." Connor rose and snapped, "What are you doing here, Ethan?" Ethan retorted defiantly, "And why shouldn't I be here? First of all, you're nothing but an orphan. We raised you in this family, but you turned out greedy and ungrateful. You coveted your brother's wife and sought to seize our family's power. You even tried to kill our parents. Do you have a conscience? Do you possess still a shred of honor?"
Chapter 2. The Sinner of the Family. "Your reputation in Northampton is ruined. Everyone knows the truth. How dare you walk in here? Have you no shame?" He said, "Everyone knows why you've returned. You want to take advantage of the Cole family. You want our money, don't you? We expelled you from the Cole family a long time ago, you ungrateful bastard. The Cole family has no ties to you. Disappear now." Ethan's adoptive parents rose to their feet, pointing at him and hurling insults. The audacity of the Cole family in twisting the truth was beyond reason. What a bitter disappointment. He had thought they would show some remorse after 6 years, but instead their rage was greater than ever. They had taken everything from him, crippled his legs, destroyed his reputation, turned everything upside down, and blamed him for it all. The Cole family had not a shred of mercy left for him. Connor rushed toward Ethan, towering over him. Isn't it just money you're after now that you've returned?" A sudden sound. Connor tossed a credit card on the floor and raised his foot, shaking his polished leather shoe. "You dirtied my shoe. Clean it with your tongue, and that card, with $1 million on it, will be yours." His words drew fresh laughter from the crowd, who looked at Ethan as though he were nothing more than a dog. Victoria sneered. "Oh, my God, $1 million? That's more than enough to cover his living expenses. I bet he'll lick your shoe." Connor, seeing Ethan's cold stare, shouted, "Kneel down right now and wipe my shoe."
Ethan's eyes remained calm, his gaze icy.
"Kneel!" Connor lunged at Ethan, pressing down on his shoulders, trying to force him to his knees, but Ethan did not move. "I said, kneel!" Straining with all his might, Connor bent Ethan halfway down, then hissed, "May you drop dead!" Suddenly, Ethan's hand lashed out. A single slap struck Connor's face, sending him flying nearly 8 meters away. The room fell into dead silence. You could have heard a pin drop. Unbelievable! The entire Cole family was stunned. What had Ethan just done? Had he really knocked Connor down with a single slap? Footsteps echoed. As Connor struggled to rise, Ethan stepped on him, crushing him back down, and walked right over him. Daniel instinctively backed away as Ethan approached. Ethan ascended the stage and took the microphone. All eyes were fixed on him, wondering what he would do next. He spoke. "Listen carefully. I'm sure you all remember what happened 6 years ago, don't you? For the love and care I once received from the Cole family during my childhood, I give you 1 month. Within that time, you will kneel before me for 3 days and 3 nights, to repent for your sins. My words apply to every member of the Cole family. If I see no shadow of you kneeling in a month, the outcome is simple. I swear I will erase every single one of you here today." Ethan's voice was low and deep, but the moment he finished, the crowd burst into laughter.
They mocked. Has prison driven him insane? What arrogant nonsense is he spouting? The Cole family is a formidable power in Northampton now, while he's just a criminal. Isn't it impossible for him to destroy the Cole family? Did he suffer a brain injury or something? Ethan replied coldly, "Know this, my patience is limited. You have only 1 month. Of course, you're free to gather your forces and allies to fight me. I'll be waiting." He walked away immediately, ignoring their laughter. "Stop right there, you bastard! Who told you that you could leave?" Anthony, Ethan's adoptive father, tried to block his path. But Daniel interjected. "Anthony, let him go. Today is an important day. I don't want bloodshed." He was worried about the impression it would make if the distinguished guest witnessed the chaos. "We'll have plenty of time to deal with him later. He's lucky that the guest of honor is on his way." And so it ended. Ethan left under the gaze of every eye in the room. After he was gone, Daniel anxiously asked Nathan, "Where's the distinguished guest? Hasn't he arrived yet?" Nathan looked stunned. "By the time, he should have arrived long ago. Let me check." After a phone call, Nathan's face turned pale. "Father, the distinguished guest was here, but he's already left." "What? He was here?" "Yes, and he said the Cole family is nothing but a bunch of stupid pigs, unworthy of respect." "I think you left in anger after witnessing the chaos caused by that boy. Perhaps he thought the Cole family was mocking him." Daniel trembled with rage. "That insolent brat will pay for this." The crowd echoed his fury. Ethan had ruined the Cole family's grand celebration and offended the distinguished guest. His actions had destroyed their chance of reaching the heavens. Indeed, Ethan Cole was the sinner of the Cole family. At that moment, every member of the Cole family, his adoptive parents, his brother, his brother's wife, burned with hatred for him and vowed revenge. After leaving the hotel, the next person Ethan wanted to see was his wife, Sophia Reed. In this life, he owed nothing to the Cole family, nor to his friends or classmates, but he owed everything to Sophia. He had been imprisoned the very next day after their wedding, ruining Sophia's reputation. She had been forced to live like a widow for 6 long years. She had endured so much. "But now I've returned. I'll hold your hand, and together we'll conquer the world." After hesitating for a long moment, Ethan pressed the doorbell. And then, shock. The young woman dropped her phone the instant she opened the door. The moment her eyes met Ethan's face, Sophia broke down in tears. From inside, Ethan heard her father's voice. "Sophia, hurry up. Bring in the package. It's almost time for the family dinner. Your grandfather will settle your marriage tonight. You can't escape it. Get dressed quickly. Your grandfather will marry you off to someone else." Ethan's heart surged with emotion. "Sophia, I've returned." He reached out to embrace her, but Sophia pushed him away, sobbing, "Why did you come back? I've already forgotten you." Soon after, Sophia's parents, Michael and Kayla, rushed out in alarm. Her father, Michael, scolded, "How dare you return? Do you realize the criticism my family has endured because of you? Especially Sophia. Do you know how much she suffered these past 6 years?" Her mother, Kayla, shoved Ethan aside and said, "You must understand, this relationship between you and Sophia is impossible in this life. Ever since you went to prison, you've been nothing but a criminal, just a street rat in Northampton. Coming here to see Sophia only puts her in danger." Of course, Ethan knew of Sophia's suffering these past 6 years, including her refusal to remarry because of him. Ethan spoke with solemn determination. "This time, I've returned for good. I will never leave Sophia again. I'll give her a bright future, and I'll place the world in her hands." His words drew laughter from Michael and Kayla. Michael sneered, "You spent 6 years in prison? How will you give Sophia a future?" Kayla added, "Answer us. Is it just empty words? Big talk must end somewhere." But Ethan smiled and replied, "Don't worry. I'll reclaim everything I lost in those years, and within a month, I'll destroy the Cole family." This time, even Sophia couldn't bear his words any longer. "Ethan, can't we be realistic? It doesn't matter that you just got out of prison. Can't you start over like a normal man? I thought you would return one day, but you can't bear the weight of such wild claims. Do you even realize how powerful the Cole family is now? And besides, the present time is completely different from 6 years ago." Ethan's voice was firm. "Sophia, trust me. With just one word, I can make the Cole family kneel at my feet."